Okay. Making sure that our chat room is working. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. This is 12:58 and we're going to get started at 1. So give me a couple of minutes. We'll get started right on time. Oh, it's getting so cold. Like right after Halloween.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I've been waiting for the weather to get better.
Right. It's
Like
already
it's
November,
going
though.
to going to pool vibes, you know?
Okay. People are joining in. That's awesome. Okay, it's 1 p.m. Let's get started. Making sure that it is recording. All right, looking good. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to EV's Mastering the Essentials of Business Ownership, Planning, and Digital Marketing webinar presented by PACE and EVIA. Today, we'll talk about digital marketing strategies and how it can support your business. My name is Jeannie Yang, and I'm a business and loan counselor at PACE. Thank you all for joining us today. This webinar is brought to you in partnership with the City of LA, Economic and Workforce Development Department, EWDD, and BusinessSource, Pico-Union Westlake Region, operated by PACE Business Development Center. This webinar will be recorded and available for you at a later time under our website. And at the end of the webinar, you'll be asked to participate on our survey. So please make sure that you participate on that survey. And before we learn something new today, we'll do a quick introduction on PACE. PACE was established in 1976. We are a nonprofit organization, and we are a community development organization that creates economic solutions to meet the employment, education, housing, and environment, and business development challenges of low-income residents in the Pacific Island, Asian, and other diverse communities in Los Angeles. And we offer one-on-one business counseling, asset credit building, business and financial plan development, webinars, and training to help you establish a brand new business from scratch or help your existing business. And we can also guide you to get into procurement services contracts. So if you're interested, please visit our website, because the greatest fact is that all our services are free of charge. And if any questions or any inquiries, please visit our website, pacelabdc.org, for more information. All right, our guest speaker today, Valerie Rivas from EVIA. Pleasure to have you back with us. Please, let's get started.
Thank you, Jeannie, for the introduction, and also Pace for being a continued partner throughout my career and my journey for entrepreneurship. So thank you so much for your partnership and allowing me to share digital marketing strategies and how I can support your business. So really excited about this topic today. I'm very fun with it because I have had a digital marketing company for quite some time now. So it's been over 15 years now that I've had it. Don't really talk about it too much because of what I used to do for work. However, now I would love to share all the digital marketing strategies and how I could support the growth of your business. Now, just a quick reminder, Pace is hosting us today. So thank you. Like I said, thank you again for your continued partnership. So if you're looking for any type of business coaching, consulting, and also access to capital options, especially if you're a startup, just know that Pace, go to our friends over at Pace and see if they can help you before you go anywhere else, especially because they're able to provide these type of um, of webinars so that your business can grow. So you may be wondering, in case you don't know me, my name is Valerie Rivas, and I'm a business strategist and a community connector. So I'm usually out in the field doing webinars, workshops, empowerment, and different things so that I can empower the business owner. So my goal is to help businesses grow. So I've been in finance for over 20 years, and I've been supporting entrepreneurs and business owners like yourself for the last 15 years, passionate about helping business owners and helping grow. And most recently, I worked at Bank of America for over 10 years and other financial institutions. And I ended up finding out that there's a huge gap in a lot of different things that we can help the business owner for them to be able to grow. So I ended up creating Evia. So I'm the CEO and founder, and we empower businesses to fund, innovate, and grow. And we do that by helping you get funding. So any type of access to capital options, whether you're a startup business or a seasoned business that might not be able to get approved through the banks. We also help you stay innovative. So we provide AI-driven solutions and automation to be able to save the business owner some money, and also grow with digital marketing strategies, which today that's actually the topic. So the great thing about it is that after we're done, you will have the opportunity to meet with myself and my team to be able to see what kind of marketing strategies might be best fit for your business to help you grow. And we'll go through that today. So today what we're going to be talking about is digital marketing, why it matters. We're also going to be talking about search engine marketing. We're going to talk about search engine optimization, social media marketing, and then also marketing content that could help you educate others as well. So we'll go through those different type of digital marketing strategies that are out there for you. And at the end, hopefully you'll be able to see maybe you may need a combination or maybe you may want just one. Now, you may be asking yourself why digital marketing matters. So, I know for myself, every time that I'm about to make a purchase, I always go online. And typically, when I go online and put research, so let's just say that I'm looking for a very tactical wallet for a man that was in military before, something like that. Most likely, I'm going to go research on the top pages of where those pages come up. So if I type something in and it comes up, I'm like, okay, they must be known in the industry. So I'm more likely to click on the first few that are on top because obviously they're up there for a reason, okay? Whether it's because they're really good at digital marketing and they're able to get up there that quickly, or two, they genuinely have just been able to build their brand organically and are up there for a reason. So being able to establish a strong online presence builds credibility and trust. As I mentioned, I'm going to trust more those companies that are there that pop up first when I do my research. As you see here, there's been research that 80% of customers research online before making a purchase. And it also allows small businesses to compete with larger brands. So even like, let's just say there's a Target on there, but then let's just say that there's a smaller business that maybe is something local. You may want to also trust that brand because it's up there as well. Every click, view, and message can become a growth opportunity. So if you are not visible online, you are invisible to certain opportunities. Now, I always tell my clients, and also when I'm training any sales force, that you should have different sources of how you get your business. Now, first of all, it should come from referrals, right? So this is your friends, your colleagues from work, maybe their family members. So these are going to be referrals. Then also have a combination of also networking. So being out in the community, making sure that you're meeting new people, letting new people know what it is that you do for work. And then thirdly, being able to actually do some marketing. In this case, digital marketing strategies can help you build your brand, but not only build your brand, but be able to get business. So there should be some things on your website and where they're able to put, if somebody's interested, they can contact you and you might be able to produce some leads that way. So these are the core pillars of digital marketing. So there's search engine marketing optimization. This is where you can be found Google and other search engines, and we'll talk about the differences and what they do. There's also search engine marketing. So these are paid ads for instant visibility, or I like to call it instant gratification, and we'll go through that shortly. Social media marketing, which builds relationships and brand identity on the different social media platforms. There's also email marketing, which you get top of mind, right? What is it? Top of mind. I forget what the saying is. Out of sight, out of mind. So, but if you're emailing your customers or emailing your database, they'll remember. And you don't know how many times there's been like, hey, Valerie, oh my goodness, I forgot that you do this. I have a client for you. So those are some things that can come out of that as well. And then content marketing. So be able to educate, inspire, and convert. So today, even myself right here, as you see, this is Evia's deck that we're presenting today. This is part of our marketing strategy as well. So there is search engine optimization. So you don't know how many times I've gone into a website from one of my clients, and it's a beautiful website with the most beautiful content, but they are only getting about 5 visits on their website. And the reason for that because of search engine optimization. So what happens when you build a website? You give it to a designer, they make you a beautiful website. But what happens in the back end, if on the back end, they are not putting certain keywords that pertain to what's actual content on your website, what happens is your website is essentially non-existent. So what does this mean? That you have a beautiful website, but your design person is not a marketing expert. Therefore, most likely, very few of them, but most likely are not going to do that on the back end so that you can drive traffic organically to your website. Now, there's things that could also help. So there's blogs, videos, and frequently asked questions. As I mentioned, if they are not putting that on the back end where it shows on a Google search or on one of the search engine search, it's not going to do anything for your website. So typically what a marketing professional would do is they would run an analysis on your website, and pretty much on that analysis it'll give the marketing expert of what type how many pages are blank, meaning that those pages have no description. So what does that mean? That when you're searching on Google or on any type of the search engines, it is not going to appear anywhere. There's times where my client's not maybe until the 12th or 13th page. And so for that reason, it's not doing anything for your business to be able to drive traffic, nor your branding to be out there. So the goal is to build authority and organic traffic that lasts. Now, at the bare minimum, recommendation is that your site at least has search engine optimization. So that way you at least have you are at least found in some capacity, but then also two, be able to drive traffic and can potentially, if you have great content out there, such as blogs or certain videos, educational videos on there, it may also turn into some dollars for you. So boost your visibility fast. So using Google Ads or Bing Ads for target reach, create campaigns by audience, region, and keywords, track return on investment, and combine search engine marketing and SEO for long-term and short-term success. Now, let's talk about search engine marketing. We just talked about search engine optimization. Now let's talk a little bit about search engine marketing. We talked about it earlier briefly about it being instant gratification. So what does that mean? Search engine optimization is organic. So you have to give it at least 6 months for you actually to start seeing the traffic come in to your website. Now, if you're able to do search engine optimization plus search engine marketing, what you can do is you can actually buy targeted keywords. So let's just say that you have a restaurant and it's supposed to be the best restaurant in town for, let's just say, pozole. I don't know why that came in mind right now. But let's just say that you are known for that. So you having certain keywords of people researching, you may come up because you are actually paying for those ads. So that you see how that could actually be a little bit more targeted, right? Now, the difference between search engine optimization and search engine marketing is search engine marketing, depending on your industry and your target audience, it could become sometimes very expensive. So when you meet with your marketing expert, you may want to ask and see if it's something that your industry should be doing. A lot of the retail type of businesses or certain industry like service businesses, it makes sense for them to actually pay for the search engine marketing for them to be able to get up in the ranks. Now, being able to combine search engine optimization plus search engine marketing, you can actually get instant gratification, meaning that you have more targeted audience driving some traffic to your business website. Social media marketing. Now, again, you have to see if your business is something that should be on social media. Well, in my opinion, all of the businesses should be on social media for some sort of presence, right? Because everybody goes on there, so you should be automatically already posting on there as it is. However, on certain industries, you may want to invest a little bit more time. And that's some of the research that your marketing expert can actually guide you on whether or not you should be on social media and really, really just targeting and making content on a maybe even on a daily basis. Also, it's really important for you to know as an industry which platform fits your audience. Okay, so whether it's LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, this could also have to do with your target audience and also their age groups and where they're at in their in life, right? So with that being said, it's really important for you to be able to identify whether it's suitable for you to be able to do all of the social media platforms or maybe just stick to certain ones. So let's just say if there's certain beauty products and things like that, you may want to consider doing TikToks and doing some educational videos or maybe a before and after type of video. If you have maybe, let's just say like a law firm, you're a CPA, or you're trying to target professionals, then you may want to consider maybe only investing your time in LinkedIn. However, a lot of the times you may want to invest some time and some dollars and being able to fulfill all of the platforms, maybe because of what you do in your business. So the best way to figure that out, if you're not sure, is for you to sit down with your marketing expert and let you know what would be the best strategy for you to actually move forward on social media strategy, social media marketing strategies. Now, really important if you are doing social media marketing is post consistently and show your brand personality. So make sure that if it's something like, let's just say that you have some sort of night bar or maybe you have a taco stand, let's just say it's a restaurant, that it actually fits you and the brand personality. So with that being said, if you have a very serious demeanor for your personality on the business, make sure that it has that, not all of a sudden it be all over the place serious, and then, maybe have some funny videos out there. So just make sure that you're consistent with that. Use real stories and live sessions to engage with followers. And also, it is okay for you to reach out to your friends and family, especially those that are maybe related to the industry or maybe those that can complement your industry. Like, hey, you know what? Is it okay for you? Give me a follow or give me a like, or can you help me share this story? Sometimes collaborating with other businesses can give you more visibility to be able to drive some traffic into your social media platform. Also, build community, not just followers. So as I mentioned earlier, being able to build those around you of, hey, you know what? Go ahead and can you follow, like, and share my post to be able to, get a little bit more visibility. So all of that engagement will actually help you be able to organically be able to get more followers, get more views, but also you to stay active on social media. So consistency builds connection, and connection drives conversion. So there has been times and where on my social media, I actually do get inquiries. Hey, I saw you on such and such webinar, or I saw you on this panel, or maybe they say, hey, you know what? I sat on your webinar because I found it through social media, and now I want to go ahead and meet with you. So all of those things help get your brand visibility and be able to actually um, get some sort of traffic to your pages, and then also your website if you have it on your bio as well. Email marketing, keep your business top of mind. So as I mentioned earlier, out of sight, out of mind. So the other day I was connecting with an old colleague, and I know that they had a side business, but I hadn't heard from him in such a long time. And when he was telling me, hey, this is what I do, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I have a client for you. And it's happened a lot of times, and where I add somebody to my database and then they start getting my email. And then all of a sudden they're like, you know what? I'm so glad you sent this to me yesterday. I was trying to think of who does consulting on X, Y, and Z, let's just say, right? So this actually has happened. And actually one of my business partners and he actually has a loan brokerage, and he was telling me, he's like, Val, he's like, you have to do that because you got to stay consistent. He's like, you don't know how many times I've gotten like, hey, I forgot that you do loans. I have $1 million loan for you. I mean, that's revenue for him. That's money for him. And so things like that having a combination of marketing strategies will help you be able to increase your revenue and your growth and support your growth. Share value, so promotions, updates, tips, success stories. I know for mine, for those of you that have received it, if you notice, I will add a success story on there of, oh, we just recently had a pallet company. They needed $150,000. So we went ahead and helped them with that and actually get them their email branding. So now instead of saying at gmail.com, it'll say at theirbusiness.com. So those are some of the things that actually make a difference. Segment your audience for personalized messages, and then automate follow-ups for leads and clients. The goal is to build relationships, not just send messages. So also, if you make it seem like and this is actually something that my assistant taught me, is if you make it seem like it's actually coming from you, you're more likely to get, one, that they're going to open it, and two, actually respond to you. So sometimes I'm having events and I'm trying to invite my audience and my database, and then they reply, they're like, oh my goodness, thank you so much for thinking of me. I really do appreciate the invitation, but I won't be able to attend, or thank you so much, I went ahead and signed up, thank you so much for thinking of me. So those are some things that could actually work for you as well. Content strategy that converts. So tell your brand story, who you are and why you matter. As I mentioned earlier, being able to share testimonials and success stories can always help because it humanizes your story. So it's different than if you just say generally, oh, this is how we can help you. But if you actually have a success story of a client that you actually help and how you help them, one, increase their revenue, whatever it is that you are, or service or product that you're providing, it's a little bit more impactful because people can actually relate to stories of things that actually are happening out there. Educate your audience. So guides, infographics, and webinars. So I will sometimes post some educational of what is search engine marketing. There's a lot of people that don't know what that is. Or how can AI help increase maybe your leads? That could be something else. So being able to identify some of the educational content out there that you can put like some certain sound bites. It'll not only educate those that are out there reading your content, but it'll also open up doors of, hey, you know what? I want to learn more about that. How is it that that works? Maybe you might be able to help me with your business. Use visuals and that reflect your brand. So purple tone, logo, and clear message. So as you see on here, my logo Evia is purple, and now, because of that, I try even personally to wear purple wherever I go to either speak or do some sort of meeting, engagement, if it's something that's going to give visibility. And people start noticing, hey, I noticed that you wear purple a lot. Is that because your brand is purple? And I'm like, yes, absolutely. People will start noticing that. So as you see here, even on the content that is being presented today, it does have purple because that's part of my logo. So those things will start standing out. Maybe after 2 months after launching my business, after I put the website out there, did a couple presentations of in person. I think it was, yeah, about 2 to 3 months later, I had two people at an event here in the Inland Empire Chamber, one of the chamber events that we had here. And they said, Valerie, they're like, you know what? You wear purple and your brand is purple. I know you're the CEO and founder of Evia, right? And I was like, oh my goodness, like they already realized that my brand is out there. So it was it was just a reminder of how marketing and how the mind works and how the branding works, right? So even in a short period of time, my business has already made an impact on a few people where they started realizing like Evia is purple. How digital marketing supports your business. So it helps build brand awareness, which is really important. It attracts new customers and keeps current ones engaged, improves credibility and visibility. So we talked about that earlier. 80% of the customers before making a purchase, they typically would go online before purchasing. So what's going to happen when your local industry, hey, the best person that does tutority boards, oh my gosh, I probably didn't even pronounce that right, but the best person that does homemade purses or whatever it may be, are you going to be the top one on there? If you're not, then you are not being looked at, you're not visible to the audience on the internet, and then you're also losing out on leads. Provide measurable data for smarter decisions and supports funding readiness, stronger online presence, more lender confidence as well. So one of the things of me working in the financial industry is the underwriters will go on Google or on the search engines and search your business. Now, very important that you know was when you search, if there's anything negative out there, you may want to see what it is that you can do, because that could actually negatively impact you when looking for funding. So there has been times where we research and then the owner comes up to be something where it may look negatively as if they can't not repay the debt back. And so one of the things that the underwriters look is called character. So that's something else that you have to protect your brand and make sure not only that there's, it's visible, but also what is visible out there as well. So we help businesses develop digital marketing strategies aligned with the goals, straighten search engine optimization and online visibility. So as I mentioned earlier, search engine optimization is actually organic, and where you can actually be searched, but then also start organically getting traffic to your business. Now, how does that work? As I mentioned earlier, there are certain descriptions that the marketing specialist will do in the back end to make sure that your pages have some sort of description. Therefore, when you are searching for certain things, your page will also come up. Run ad campaigns that bring real results. So we talked about search engine marketing. Search engine marketing is where you actually pay for instant gratification as opposed to waiting for 6 months for you to actually start getting some traffic. And then integrate marketing with funding and growth plans. Now I'm going to go ahead and open it up for questions to see if there's anybody that might have a question. You'll also get a copy of this deck on a PDF format. You'll be able to click on these links here and also schedule a 30-minute meeting with me and see how I might be able to support your growth. But if anybody has any questions, I am ready for them.
Does anybody have any questions? This is your chance. No questions? I think the presentation was good, Ellery.
We have a quiet crowd today.
I know, very quiet crowd today.
All
All
right.
right.
Awesome.
So
Well, thank you everybody for joining. If you have any questions, I will go ahead and send out the deck shortly so that you can get in contact with me. Jeannie, thank you so much for having me here today.
thank
Of
you so
course, thank you for your
much.
continued partnership, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, next week. Well, actually, 2 weeks from
Oh
this
yeah,
week.
you're right, because
Yeah, it's
next
on
week's a
November
holiday.
18th.
Gotcha.
Managing cash flow. So make sure you join for that webinar as well. That's going to conclude our series.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jeannie, again. Have an amazing day.
Thank you. Bye,
Take care.
everyone.
Bye-bye.